Alright, I'll stretch real quick. So right now I am at, do you guys remember the other video that I did where I was telling you guys about the bacteria that was in my friend's home, called Stenoptrichomonas maltophilia. It's a superbug that is labeled as bioterrorism, and it becomes airborne and it is fed through the water. I am standing in front of this house of my friend who cannot come home to her home because of what is inside of the home, and because it's not just the home, it's the neighborhood and this water, and there's so much that's going on over here where I'm at that pains my heart because the people are unaware for the most part. They're not being told. But what is going on is they're doing something over here. The whole neighborhood's like this. Look at all of these little, I don't want to get any addresses or anything like that, but all of these little flags everywhere. So these ones say buried cable, orange ones. Yellow says hand dig, consumer's energy, buried gas line. And they're just all throughout this neighborhood. You guys know that yellow fire hydrant? I'm sure you've seen it. It's the famous fire hydrant of Flint, Michigan, where you see the water flushing out of it all the time. That's a water hydrant that they're flushing all of this poison, bacteria-infested water throughout the streets here in Flint, Michigan that run downstream and downhill throughout the neighborhood. Yeah, marked for digging, Clara, which is weird because this neighborhood is under attack, and so I'm wondering what they're doing, what they're trying to cover up, or just what. Look at that. How would you guys like living off of this? It's life here for these people. I'm very curious to know what their next step is in this neighborhood, and why they keep making steps before alerting the people and before even communicating the big important facts, like your neighborhood is compromised and your life and your health is in danger simply because of the fact that you live where you live. Unlike other neighborhoods, this one specifically has a very specific superbug, and God knows what else in the land and air, this end of the north end of Flint, Michigan. And so this road where they would run that water hydrant, it runs downstream or downhill, and you see all of these little flags are everywhere. So and then you go down the street and you turn and they're all throughout the whole. So this whole neighborhood is being plotted. Now, do you guys remember though when I told you about 1.5 years ago I was over here at this house and I said to you what they're going to be doing, because this was once labeled as a green zone, which means it's habitable, people can live there, stay there, but now it's labeled as an industrial zone. So I'm concerned that the plans that they have in this neighborhood, once again, just like the rest of the city of Flint, Michigan, are not intended for the people. This house right here has a superbug in it, and my friend cannot go home. She got very sick. Very, very sick with a disease that cannot be treated, that they are now using her as a case study, and they don't know anything. That's why she's a case study, is because they don't know anything. So unfortunately she's the guinea pig in this case, and I know that she's not the only one that has it. There's other people that have it, probably unknowingly, because they're not testing for it, because they don't know how to treat it, and because they don't want it to be known about. So what do they do instead? They hide it from the public. Things like this, they come and survey the land, and everything that happens in Flint is very much cover up your tracks of what's already been done. Look at all of, it looks like an Easter egg hunt of flags. So they've got something going on over here. They're planning something. You don't come over here and survey the land everywhere and put hundreds of flags throughout everybody's yards for no reason. They're about to do some major digging. Something about to happen. Something, I don't know. But it's not good, especially knowing what I know about this neighborhood. So that's just an interesting fact. A few months ago, I was down over here, and down the street, the whole road was broken up. Like, in the corner of the road, there was like the sewer was all dug up because it was broken. And they're fixing that, and now it's all back together again. So back together their way. But, you guys, really the purpose of this video is, it's a foresight video. I wanted to show you guys what's happening right now. I've already given you guys messages about this neighborhood and what's going on here, and I subject myself too when I come to these places, because I do know what's going on, and then there's more I'm sure that I don't know, and that's the scary stuff. But I trust God to keep me safe and healthy, and this is a foresight video because I want you guys to remember what I'm saying to you right now, is that something's about to happen over here. And I believe that the intentions of it are not good. And I don't understand why people over here don't know what it is. These people should be aware of what they're about to do in their neighborhood, especially when they're going and tearing up their neighborhood with their trucks and their feet. Like, everything looks tore up because they're over here surveying the land and they're putting flags in it to do God knows what. And they're not telling the people. It's their right to know. They own these homes. They live here. They should be brought through step by step, every step of the way, what is going on in their neighborhood. And first and foremost, they should be treated and they should be knowing about what is going on in their water and in their air and on the land that they live in. Especially with this bacteria, Synaptrophomonas maltophilia, that's in this house right here. Can't even go inside the home. I'm standing outside of like a petri dish right now. This is like a petri dish of deadly bacteria. That's a home where somebody grew up, spent their whole life, all of their memories, all of their whole life, generations of life in this house, and family memories, and family mementos, and just things that are just infested that you can't go back to because it's infested. That's what I'm saying to you guys, is that it's that bad that you can't even go back to the house because what was coming out of the water was so bad that it became airborne that you can't even go back to your own home and expose yourself to this stuff because you could die. That's what I'm saying. So mark my words and keep this video in mind, and actually you should share this out because this is an important one. Alright, so on that note, you guys, everybody, God bless you, have a good day, and remember that don't forget about Flint, Michigan, where this is the life that they're supposed to live, and this isn't even good enough. And this they probably bought. It is, they bought it. It's Kroger water. The state doesn't give Kroger water. The state gives state water. Municipal water. Filtered by reverse osmosis. They went out and bought their own water. I'm proud that they are, though. I'm glad that they're still using bottled water. As much as that pains me to see this bag sitting there like that, that's a headache. To cook with that, to wash your hair with that, to clean with that, to bathe with that, feed water your animals and your plants and everything. That's a lot of work, but it needs to be done because the water out here in Flint, Michigan ain't safe. Yeah, and people are dying. Clara is right. You guys, Clara is right. People are dying. People are sick in Flint, Michigan, and this is very real. And I don't come out here for nothing. All these years later, I don't come out here for nothing. If this wasn't that serious, there's no way in the world that I would still be making this drive to come out here. Granted, I have a lot of friends that I love, and I want to see them. But what I'm saying is that even in the beginning stages, before I made those amazing friendships, nobody just comes here to continue to report on something to try and convince you guys that something is severely wrong, unless there's something severely wrong. There's terrorism happening here in Flint, Michigan. I will say that. At the hands of the people that are meant to protect them. It looks different than missiles and bombs, this one does. It's worse, actually, because it's a slow down slot of death and decay, and it's really hard to detect. It's a scary kind. It was master created. It was well thought out. It was well planned. And every move that we make, they're already 10 steps ahead of us. And by the time we know something, it's because, like somebody I said I was talking to last night, somebody made a really good point. When you know something, it's because they want you to know. You got to worry about what comes after that. That's next. So when we start knowing things, they want us to know. That's how good they are at keeping things hidden. All right, guys. God bless you. Bye.